Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for installment 231 of the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture in the Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Game is initialized. This is quite a sight here. This is the bus platform for the latest industry that we have built to make electronics for everybody. And finally be self-sufficient on it, maybe. Don't even know if this is enough, but to do this we need all this stuff. Look at all these workers. Look at all them workers streaming in constantly. I think all of these buses are full. Or more or less 153 out of 154. 154. 154. Platform terminal is full. 400 people waiting there. Yes. Very nice. Maybe I should have used the train instead to get the workforce in here, but no. No, it's so short a distance and trains are just a bother for doing passengers, really. Trains are for freight. Okay. Moving people around to do on the roads or in the air. Maybe. Yes, I mean this we could look at this all day. I see people coming in and going down in the underpasses here and out to plastics factories and so on. The ones that don't go in an underpass, they go to a plastic factory. And if they go into an underpass, they emerge here, for example, and go into electrical components factories, or heating plant, or electronics assembly hall, or they emerge here and go into chemical plant, number 1. Or they emerge here and go into chemical plant number 2. Still, we are not at 100% here. But we can't put any more. I don't think that we can put more buses on this. Do we have... do we have buses waiting at the end station? Yes, we do. I suppose I could set this rather than have it as a variable time. I don't know how that works, exactly what it is that does. We could do it at a fixed time and send them out more often, maybe. Say every 15 seconds. What sort of result will that yield? And also a few more. This you had workers on board. Okay, so all workplaces were full. Not last time I looked, they were not full. This is not good when we have workers going back. They're just sitting around on the bus all day. Oh, these are empty. It's going to happen every now and then, I suppose. Yeah. I think on the agenda today was doing a bit of the electronics distribution. Yes. 15 seconds seems to be a slower rate than what it had worked out for itself, because we have more buses in the end station now than before. Okay, we'll try 7 seconds then. Keep that one around. But food, 93 tons. I would like you to send more trucks, maybe, to get more food. This, I don't really... or is it the... no, it's set to keep it at 70%. And this is where you load the food, and they have 224 tons available, so I don't see what the problem is. Why are all your trucks standing around here? Would you mind telling me? Apparently you would mind telling me. Well, okay, fine. We add the warehouse as such as a place to unload food at the very least, and also the freezer as a place to unload food. Maybe that will kick them into gear. Might be a limit on how many vehicles they send to one and the same place at the same time. Okay, this was maybe a bit too often. We go back to this variable time. It seems to be doing fine. Yes, so electronics distribution. Well, there's one more thing before we get to that, and that is that we do have a little power problem down here. Every now and then, and that's because we have overloaded the circuit that also goes to the mountainside settlement. So I've rectified that by doing one of these high voltage lines all the way from the nuclear reactor. Basically, it's just one switch in between, and there was basically nothing hooked up onto that. But it's this last bit. I don't. Could you please get around to building this? I've been waiting for I don't know how long, and it's only 50 work days, and you have all the resources on site. I think they're pouring it all into this thing or something. You have 306 workers here. What the hell is going on? Now, we can't do anything about it. Should I suspend construction maybe? Yeah, we suspend that so that we might be getting this. And now there is a related vehicle. The crane is coming here. I also need a bus. You have brought people. You see the brownouts. 88 kilovolts, not good. Over this, and it might also work in such a way that it feeds back power to stabilize a little bit here, where it goes over or under the water to the other side. Yeah, I see electricity problems, I know. 15 megawatts we're pulling here. And before this, I think there's a switch as well. But now it might be, it's either done, the wire, or it's because it's dawn and they use less power. But it is done. Okay, you now have 109 kilovolts. Fantastic. You're not passing any current. Okay, well that's fine. Really. This is passing current to the other side underneath the water. Yes. Okay. Electronics distribution. Will you get around to this at some point? Yes, I'm just going to reassign this. Yes. This one has like a lot of concrete mixers, I think. Sort of what we need. You need bricks. 600 tons of concrete. 600 tons all this way. Great. And workers, yeah, you can bring them in from the street. You don't even need to bring... I wish you could tell them not to bring workers via bus. Really. The only way that I can think of doing that is not using a distribution office that has buses. Distribution office, a construction office that are without buses. Yeah. But anyway. Right, and this little bit of street here, are you done with that? No, you're not done with that. This wire is a bit superfluous now. We could remove it to have it a bit more clear what's going on. Or we could leave it. We leave it until we forget what it's all about, and then we can scratch our heads about it. What the hell is this? Why don't you clean up your electricity grids after you have changed them around and so on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good answer to this. I'm sloppy. Maybe could be one explanation. Anyway, yes, there you have electronics. 124 tons of them. Not bad. Really not bad. You load electronics there. Very good. I think that this distribution office already does load down there, but for good measure we put this into unload electronics topped up, and where else to get this sort of integrated into our already existing logistical system. I think about here, isn't this where this is where ships go and get their electronics, I think, for distribution in Järn and down in the valley and on the mountain, and to the tourists, for example. Unload, yes. Electronics. And there is yet another place here where we can also unload a bit of electronics, I think, and keep it very well. This is also where the second electro complex, the one down there, which is pretty rubbish compared to this new one. But that's where their electronics end up eventually. Yes, and we could also, should also put some electronics into this place. I think that they load from here. We have a distribution office called radio distribution. Yes, where do you load radio storage? Large custom house. Should we try and not do this? This means we're not importing electronics anymore. Utopia Road Cargo Station 10. Where is that? Ah, that's that one. That's for this electro complex. Correct. And this storage facility. Yes, indeed. And you unload at that warehouse. Yeah, sure, I suppose you can continue doing that, maybe. But you can do it, you can keep it slightly lower, and maybe the electronics from Svenneman will take over in there. Just maybe. Seychelles, however, whatever. Okay. No vehicles are don't be so hasty as to say that no vehicles are coming. They are definitely, these are coming. What are they doing? Nothing. It's broken. I can't open the windows for them. Oh. The warehouse is pretty much filled as is. But okay. And did you... wait now. Did we also set it to unload electronics here? No. We go get a hold of. We go get a hold of this. Radio distribution, food in this one, Svenneman, and you unload there. %, say. That's radio and television distribution. More or less done, maybe. From the new place, at the very least. How are the helicopters coming along here? The thing with the helicopters is that they bring all the materials before they bring any workers. That's why it seems as though we're not making a whole lot of progress here. Even though we should be making quite a bit of progress getting materials in. But you need to bring workers too for anything to happen, and machinery. But you have so very much stuff to do simultaneously. That is just not feasible, maybe. Even. There is quite a bit of stuff that you have to do there, and we could see above where they load gravel and such, there is a bit of a gathering of the helicopters, isn't there? It's around here. Yes, here they are. What is it that you want? You want gravel, and you get that here. Correct. You want gravel too. They all want gravel. That is what you get for being stubborn and not setting up a proper construction yard and everything on this island. So it will take many years, maybe, to do this then. That's okay. I don't care, really. How are we doing with the crops so far? Have we gotten... we've not even started... we have almost started to eat into the buffer a little bit. But it's June and harvest will start soon. So let's look at last year, how we did. Last year we did domestic production. First and foremost, we produced 35,690 tons. Again, it was the same as the last time I looked, I'm pretty sure, and that makes sense since there are no variations in your harvests and such. Yes, and consumption of resources in industry, crops, 42,993. Yeah, so we are a bit short, quite a bit short. We're like 7,000 tons short, right? Or even more. Yeah, about 7,000 tons short. Hopefully, then this island filled with fields will alleviate that problem. But now, if we were to run out, I think we still have the setup that the train distribution office here. You import, yes, if it is if you're bad off, you import crops. When it reaches 30% or less, then you import crops. So yeah, that'll be fine. That will be fine. bit more music. Last tune of this episode. What do we want to look at more? We have electronics distribution now. That was the point of this one. We haven't been to Prison Mountain in a very long time. How do you think that's doing? 122 prisoners in the prisons around there, so it's a bit more than half capacity on the prisons. There it's going down slightly over time, maybe. Then we're increasing population, so it might even balance out or something. And they have iron in their export buffer. These don't. There are fewer workers in here, or prisoners, prison laborers. You're pretty happy for being a prisoner. 90% happy, 80% government loyal. No criminality left in you. You served 2.5 years out of 3.5. And you're completely satiated, and it seems that we're taking pretty decent care of our prisoners. Couldn't tell you why the output buffer here is full when this is empty, the intermediate storage. No. And by the way, did you finish this? Yes, I finished this. This is now working as good as it can, I think, with all these conveyors. Dum. Yeah, that was supposed to be the last tune. One look at the tourist mountain too, whilst we're here. I mean, if we could bring in more tourists, we certainly have space to accommodate them. But it seems that we can't really bring in more tourists. I've really tried my best here to do all sorts of convoluted things to get them in. Have them go on railroad and transfer and whatnot. These, for example, they have gone in on a railroad, then transferred down at the coal mining place onto the Boeing 787 here. 119 of them. And you're going directly beyond the border to 203 passengers are waiting beyond the borders now. Ooh. Is that so? Then maybe we could stand like a second plane going directly to the border. You know what? I think we can. Beyond the borders, Western countries, how are you doing? You get fully loaded as well. And we need to do smaller planes. We can't do 787s because we only have one place where it can land and park. It can technically land on all runways, but it does not have a path to its spot where it fits. That's according to design, but yes, I think that we deploy one more plane each to these lines. One west, one east. There. And for the eastern one, we'll do a Tupolev of some kind. Total capacity TU-1454. Yes. Beyond the borders, where is that one? Here it is. There you go. Assign to that. See if we can get you going here, or if there's something is in the way. I think that would be the 787 here that is landing. That is in the way. funny thing is that as soon as it enters the taxiway, then you're allowed to send it out. I believe that's the case anyway. Like now, then maybe now? No? Now? No. Now? No. Now? Yes, and to the west. To the west we do a Boeing 737, I think, in some reasonable livery. What we have here? Aero Mexico. No. Air Europa. Republic of Carina. I don't know what that is. This, I know what that is. And they have a crown and everything. Yeah, the Dutch one is what we'll take. Beyond the borders, Western countries. Yes. Do that, please. And close down all these things. Yeah. Oh, and you are very eager to get going. No problem whatsoever. I'll see how they do on picking up tourists. We have a total before deploying these trains of 2,500 tourists in the nation. And I feel that number has been rather static for quite a while. I really would like that to go up a bit, since we have so much accommodation for them. What do you think you're doing? You should probably wait until this one has... What? You might not be able to use this runway, but you could have used this runway. Yes. Yeah, we have 202 tourists waiting here too. That just needs to be transferred up to the mountain. But this only takes 160 passengers, and we simply can't fit more. And we can't fit another large one neither. No. So that's how it is. I suppose that the ones that do not fit on the airplane, they might get a bit grumpy and talk bad of us. Maybe. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. Bum ba 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 bum 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 ba bum ba bum bum. I want to see how many passengers these get, and we can just as well turn it up to high speed. And we can also check in on how they're coming along on the monument here. If they are coming along, yeah, they are coming along, alright. Missing concrete. You don't say. We could also get them started on this. The workers seem to think that we are started on it. We aren't, but okay, we might as well get started on it then. Distribution officers from all around come in and help to get higher education. There we got 92 tourists from the west and 46 additional tourists from the east. See how this does now when they're all going to land here as well, up at the terminal here. Hopefully it won't be too bad. This looks pretty bad. It might be a bit too much traffic. Well, there's 147 tourists waiting at the border, 151 even. That's excellent. $78 additional ones. It's doing pretty good. This 90 tourists were not able to visit the church or a place of spirituality. This is one that has 1,000 capacity, so I don't know. Something is wrong with this. Something's up with it. And 102 were not able to enjoy culture, but you can just watch television. All you need to do, or you could go if you go to the bus stop here, and then you can walk further along down to the Opera House. Republic Theatre, as it's also called. If you want some live performance, which is probably a lot better than the television. But you're too lazy. You just want to sit in your hotel room and drink and watch television for some reason. You could do that at home, I would think. Why travel and spend like $121,000? Someone had spent here, if I did not misread. Yeah, there it was. $122,000. For what? Oh no, rubles. Okay. 42% health. Not that great. You want to drink alcohol and eat. Okay. Yeah, this has now gone over a little bit. It's time to end. Yes. I hope that this will be ready for next season. But at this rate, I don't know. Most of the gravel seems to be in. But then again, not all of it. It is taking its bloody time. But oh, this large farm is completed, for example. That's good. No, it's not. Resources on the construction site, they have concrete, which has not set at all for the year or so that it's been lying about here, and neither has the asphalt. No, no problem at all when we finally bring workers in. And when the roads do get completed, we can start plunking down a few fields, and yeah, it'll be good, I think. But here, yeah, yes. The thing is that they bring all the resources first, and then they bring workers. So that's why nothing seems to be happening when we have so many things going at one time. But here you're actually doing something. You're actually working on this road. There's only 4,300 work days remaining on it. That's going to be done in almost no time whatsoever. Yeah, this bit is unconstructable. We remove it and replace it with the dirt road. There you go. It's just the way it has to be. Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching this one. What was it again? 200, I've lost count, 230 something. 2, maybe? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. But 30... This takes a while to save. 31, yes. Thanks indeed. Good night.